All-Ireland finals. So, we actually have... It was Mullane, Brolly, one senior each. Joe won his, John didn't at the
I had a nightmare.
Yeah.
We had a nightmare.
We'll get to it, don't worry.
We'll get to it, yeah.
As long as you want, you can talk about it. That was obviously the hands of Eddie. And then we have the two men with 8 All-Irelands, 10 finals, denied the 5 in a row. You also have that in common as well, which is kind of interesting. So
Losers.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
On the 08 final, Waterford get there, Kilkenny peak of their powers. I had not realised about this final. Eddie Brennan scored 2-4 in the All-Ireland final. 20th minute, 22nd minute, the 2 goals killed the game. Waterford down by 12 points. It's a demolition. So Eddie walks off with 2-4, All-Ireland final. That night, for the man of the match, player of the match,
Joe stopped now, yeah.
the RTE panel decide not to give any individual player the player of the match. They give it to Brian Cody because it was such a great team performance.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I hadn't realised this until today.
And it's gas on that, right? I would have felt... I watched it since, and JJ Delaney did not make one mistake that day. He caught a ball out with Dan Shanahan's mouth. It was like this. He caught it there. Like such a... I thought he was flawless that day. You had a shot that barely zipped over the crossbar towards the end, and JJ almost blocks down. So for me, I think he should have got it.
Okay.
But RT got a letter after that, and this fella was going to go the full hog and get Joe on the case and sue RT.
I would have done it.
He went absolutely dull. He had me backed for first goal, which doubled up on the second goal, and then the man of the match as well, and he absolutely lost his will to live over this.
Right.
And I think he even went and he sent them a solicitor's letter and everything. He was going to sue them over this, that, and he defined what a player of the match is. Not manager of the match and all of that.
The bit of crystal was the worst thing. Whenever you see, there was no such thing. Whenever I got All Stars, you didn't get anything. You got a bag. You got a bag that said All Star, right? And there was no trips or anything like that. And the times I got, there was no trips. But crystal, everywhere you go, you get crystal. But it was great. I could open a gift shop, and also if you were going, somebody was getting married or something like that, you'd say, go check something, make sure it's not engraved perfect. This is lovely. You get these lovely Cavan crystal clocks like that size and all this. Yeah? So anyway, friend of mine, Cyril Lynch. You remember Cyril played fullback for Laois? Hard man. He played fullback for the hurlers and the footballers. I remember Michael O'Mara, he said once, you'd want to have your Venus said before you went in there, Cyril. Right? So Cyril Duggan, right? He's getting married to Maria, and I went up to the attic and said, this lovely big Celtic cross Waterford crystal thing. It was a big thing, great, no engraving, perfect, Cyril and Maria, all our love, wishing you a happy life together, you see. There was no mobile phones at the time. But 2 weeks later, right, I came into the house after court in Belfast, and the answer, the old answer machines, there was a red light going on at night press, and it said, Brolly, you fucking cheapskate. He says, Cyril Duggan here. He says, I'm just reading from the bottom of this fucking crystal clock. Congratulations, Joe, on your All-Ireland victory from all at Mayo Bridge GAC. He still has it on the mantelpiece.
Oh, God.
Every question's underneath the fucking crystal.
You should have checked.
Fuck's sake.
I have to choose wisely here. Every question's a 20-minute tangent. So I presume the two boys who played on one. 08 is very painful memory. You can take a bit of joy from it now, a great thing to experience. Don't want to talk about it. How do you feel about it all?
Bit of everything, really, yeah. You wait all your life to try and get to an All-Ireland final. I firmly believe, you go back to that window of opportunity. I won't call it a great team. I was privileged to play in that team, privileged to play with some fantastic players. Probably had a window of opportunity of 5-6 years to get to the final. Then we eventually get to the final, probably the wrong year, and probably what gets dust over, we were probably lucky to get to the final, really. And what awaited us in the final then. And probably watching their semi-final, remember you played Cork, and I think the score then was probably... It wasn't a true reflection of your dominance that day. I think it was 9 or 10 points in the match. You were 15 or 16
Yeah,
points
it
up
was a
against
dogfight
Cork.
early doors, and then
Yeah,
it
but
opened
you
up.
went about 15, 16 points up, but they beat Cork by about 9 or 10 points. And we just never turned up in the final. We never performed, and we just made a juggernaut. And I'll be straight up to Joe, even if we did perform, I'll be straight up, if we performed on the day, I still don't think we would have came within 10 points of them. They were that good. And unfortunately for us, we had opportunities in 0-2, 0-4, 0-6, 0-7, great opportunities. We probably would have been better placed, those years rather than 0-8.
Was the day itself, the night before, the morning, the anthem, the parade, was all of that enjoyable? Or
I'd say even the build up to the match, regards preparation wise, probably didn't prepare the way we probably should have prepared as a team going into a final.
In what way?
Look, we'd open nights, could be 8,000-9,000 people at open nights. Opened the gates then for training. Went away then for a couple of bonding day up in Louth, up in Carlingford Lock, and another one. I just think.
Who goes for a bonding weekend to Louth?
Well, it wasn't that type of bonding week. It was kind of a bonding week where we were jumping off lakes and jumping off of piers and kind of that type of bonding. So
I'm just trying to imagine Brian Cody watching that.
Yeah. So meanwhile, the lads playing 15 on 15 down in Nolan Park, grinding their teeth and rolling up the sleeves and wearing hurleys off one another. And as some lads said, we're jumping off of piers and jumping into lakes up in Killaloe. So,
but we were just to jump in. We had played Waterford in the league final in 07 and they'd edged us above in Thurles in a great game. Right. And in 2007, I think Limerick pulled the rug from underneath you in the semi-final. I think Big Dan was hurler of the year that year. And before the ball was even thrown in, I think the Limerick fullback, Lucy, had the jersey nearly tore off Dan. And it just seemed they got momentum. And I think arguably 7 was possibly the one. 04 was the big one. I thought definitely 04 was the year. They had an incredible team, and they talk about the Waterford team that went to the All-Ireland in 17. This generation, for me, they wouldn't lace the boots. These lads had they were a good team, but this team was it. And then 08, we were genuinely really, really meticulous in how we prepared for them. And the big thing, I think maybe Tommy Welch or someone said, he said, lads, if these lads are let loose, if they get loose, and I think their big calling card was they could blow you out of the water for 25 minutes if they cut loose. And I remember that day, Davy Fitz was over ye, and he kept roaring at Ken McGrath to stay back and mind the house. Whereas we had Martin Comfort put on Ken McGrath specifically to curb his influence on the match. Martin Comfort then was the quarterback for us. He set up so much early doors because Ken was told to hold. And I still think when you get to an All-Ireland final, okay, you have to be measured, but you have to cut loose and go for it. Yeah. And that was our big concern going into that match, was that if Waterford came and cut loose and got going, that we could have a serious problem. So we had to stop them early.
I even if we cut loose, Eddie, I'll be straight with you. I firmly believe now, looking back, we wouldn't have came within 10 points. You were that good on the day.
What made them so good, John?
Look, it was just the ultimate team performance. I think you had 2 wides on the day. Is it two wides? I mean, that's 2 wides. That's unheard of. I mean, you had 3 future hurler of the years on the bench. You had Michael Fenley, TJ Reid. TJ Reid for me is probably going on to be the greatest hurler of the year.
Brian Cody had a very good game.
Greatest player of the year.
Brian Cody very good that day as well.
Thanks, Joe. The most laughable thing about it, I think we were 14 or 15 points down at half time, and to be fair to him, Sully, good lad, and he's going on and he's a sports psychologist now, a real top lad at what he does. Shane, he was kind of saying at half time, we can still win this, and
how far were you behind at half time?
I think it was 14 or 15 points.
Sorry, hold on a second. You were behind 50, and the sports psychologist was telling you could win.
Well, no, he's after going on to be he was still. He's after going on to become a sports psychologist since, and a good one at that now. To be fair to him, very, very good. But he was still. But that was his mindset. He was trying to still be positive. But the most laughable one, I think, Peter Queally went over to Flinner. I think there was about 18 points in it, and he said, "Paul, I want you to go for goals every time you go on And Flinner turns around to him and says, Peter, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I can't score 6 goals. I'm not going to score 6 goals, he says. You know?
Was it easier? I'm sure it was a quiet dressing room afterwards. In a way,
look, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
But you couldn't even think to yourselves, well, they're just that good.
You had to go back and face into a banquet, homecoming. To be fair, everyone turned up for the homecoming as well. A great crowd came out for the homecoming. But it was just a horrible 48 hours, horrible week, horrible 2 weeks. But it's a testament to some of that group. Like a few of the group then stepped aside. But it's a testament to that group, albeit we were kind of we were well down the other side of the mountain, that we were able to come back and win a Munster championship. That great credit has to go to Davy for, to be able to come back and, a team that were definitely going through a transitional period. They were able to bounce back and win a Munster title 2 years later,